Hello, welcome back. Right, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be revisiting Way of the Exploding Fist on the Commodore 64. Now, I have covered this game quite a few times, but I've never given the Commodore 64 version a go on its own. I've done comparison videos with the Spectrum, Amstrad, Commodore 64. All competent versions, really competent versions. The Amstrad version is very disappointing in a way, in that there's only one background. The game itself plays absolutely fine. The Spectrum version was really surprising. But once I got my BBC Micro, I saw that on the SD card there was a BBC version of it, and that is the most surprising one of the bunch. I'll link both of those videos, the comparison and the BBC Micro version, down below, just so that everyone can sort of check that out, if you wish to, that is. Before I get into this, the poll on the community section was won by 10 worst ZX Spectrum games of all time, as voted for by yourselves. So please, in the description box below, sorry, in the comments box below, if you want to see me do a video on 10 really bad Spectrum games, then please put your suggestions in down there. I will select 10 of those, and then off we go. And if you like that concept, we'll do one for Commodore 64, Amstrad, BBC Micro, etc, etc. Right, okay, so you all know my sort of history. I'm very happily Spectrum biased from way back in the day. I do enjoy having all these other machines, etc. Of course, I'm playing this on the C64. Way of the Exploding Fist was one of the first Commodore 64 games I saw that kind of made me a bit jealous, until we got our own version on the Spectrum, which, as I said, is a really competent game, and actually the version I prefer. But this was the one, when I first saw it on my friend's Commodore 64, that just absolutely blew me away. So we're going to get this going, and just have a very quick go of it. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how it compares to perhaps the king of the genre, IK Plus, which came out a couple of years later. Melbourne House released Fist in about 1985, I think, and IK Plus was 88, I do believe. Let's get past this bit. Now, yeah, this was what, like I said, this was one of the first games I ever saw on the Commodore 64. That bit always makes me jump. One of the first games I ever saw on the Commodore 64 that made me a bit jealous of the Commodore 64. And I played this a lot with my friend Lee. Nowadays, Billy No Mates can only play one player, so everyone knows what it is. It's a one-on-one, kick him in the face, him up, punch him in the face, him up, etc. And the things that stand out mostly about this game is, of course, the sound. I don't want to restore the thing. Now, you can actually play this by keys on the Commodore 64, but I've always played it with the joystick. I find it a little bit clunky keyboard-wise on the C64, but strangely, on the Spectrum, I am much better with keys than I am with the joystick. Really weird. Okay, so this is what sort of greets you, really. I mean, you can see how quick and fast the animation is. And as you see, you've just got to kick. You've got 30 seconds per round to work your way from novice level up to 10th dan. You've got to get 2 whole points before the other bloke does, otherwise it's curtains. So let's have a go at this. Let's get it going. Music on it is really brilliant, as we can hear. Now, I just love this tune, one of my favourite Commodore 64 tunes. Oh, I didn't want a somersault there. Right, so I've already got him. Now, if you're a Commodore 64 and fighting game fan, then you will know this game. It's just great. I mean, it's quite basic and simplistic nowadays, compared to, as I'm going to show you, IK Plus. Right, oh dear, right, okay. So we're both on 1 full point each. Whoa! Oh, that could have gone bent. Oh, shite, he's roundhoused me. Oh, and he's beaten on novice level. The game is just great. Like I say, it's basic compared to what came later. There is, of course, a sequel, Fist 2. which I've never been a sort of fan of, but I've heard that the C64 version is actually quite decent as opposed to the Spectrum version, which I put on a video list of worst games that I considered worst sequels, alongside its second sequel, Fist Plus. Now, I don't know what that game's like on the Commodore 64. I might even just try that as well. Yeah, I've got time to make a video, haven't I? So let's have a quick go of Fist 2 after this. But I haven't got Fist Plus on the C64. Now, what was your favourite fighting game of the time? I'm thinking that IK Plus is going to sort of feature most prominently. On the Spectrum, there was a game called Psy Combat, which was really, really good fun. And I had a lot of fun with that. Oh, right in the face. Now, as you can see, unlike IK Plus, there's no animation in the backgrounds on Exploding Fist. But the music is just fantastic. Oh. Have it. Whoa. Now, let's see if I can get to the bullfighting round, which I've seen. I've never achieved it myself. Oh dear. Let's just be cowardly and... Oh, I won. Yeah, this was great fun in 2-player. And like I say, I mean, the Spectrum and Amstrad... Oh, fuck me. The Spectrum and Amstrad versions don't match the Commodore 64 for the speed. But sometimes that's not necessarily a bad... Oh, dead. Necessarily a bad thing. You can be a little bit more measured in your approach when the things are a little bit slower, I find. But the BBC Micro version, if you have a look at it, is just almost as fast, if not faster than this. It's a really surprising version of the game. Right, have it. Oh, and he's done the same to me. So yeah, shout up your memories, etc. Right, let's have a look at Fist 2, because I've downloaded it, but I've not really sort of given it much attention as yet. So that'll be this one. Now, in the video that I've said this before about sequels, like bad sequels to games, etc. You see, it's completely different. This one's kind of more like an arcade adventure, which I made the point when I when I played this on the Spectrum version, that you got to give them kudos for actually trying to do something different, a bit like Barbarian 2 does. Changes it from the one-on-one fighter to an arcade adventure as well. But I don't think Barbarian 2 certainly doesn't work as a game for me. I really don't like that game. And the Spectrum version of Fist 2 was just boring. But I've heard that the Commodore version is decent. And it's certainly got some good music going on as well. Quite sort of atmospheric. Oh! Now you can see what we've... it's not one punch... Ah! Sort of... sort of one punch kills now. It's you've got an energy meter, and oh, I'm gonna be dead soon. Let's hope he's dead before I am, though. Oh no. So I've got to try that again. So your fights potentially last longer than 30 seconds as they do on the original. Now the third game, like I said, I've not sort of downloaded that, but that to me, Fist Plus just seems to be like an IK Plus rip-off. It's got the extra fighter, and I've played it on the Spectrum and I didn't like it at all. So let's... Although it would probably have made sense to have done a whole series. Have I got him? No! Oh, he's done me again! From off the screen. That's not fair. It's kind of like Scooby-Doo music going on in the background, if you can hear that. There's some decent animation going on there. I'm not really going to be able to show you much of this game because I can't get past that first bloke. Ah, well, never mind. Here he comes. Oh, does he? Where is he? Nope. A little bit further to go. Oh. Right, so I seem to be having a bit more. Oh, I've got you. Have that in your face, sunshine. Yeah, as you can see, Fist 2, sort of like it, much more sort of arcade adventure-y in its layout. Like I say, some very sort of atmospheric music going on there. Now, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Wrestling with the joystick a bit to try and jump over that. Oh, bollocks. I thought there was somewhere where I could go that way. But no, I'm gonna... Ah! Well, that's not a pain in the arse, is it? It's got that little bit of a problem when the screen sort of tries to catch up. But this is not as bad as I was sort of thinking it might be. No, I've got to try and jump over here. No. Oh, come on! Ah! Oh! Oh! I'll give that one more go. And if I can't get over that little hole, I'll give up and we'll go and have a look at IK+. Jump! Do a somersault, you cock! Ah! Oh, I've done it! Right, let's see where this goes then. Have I got to go this way, or where have I got to go? No, I ain't got to go that way. Why does it let me go all that way? As you can see, it's a bit sort of, the pace is a bit sedentary. Right, okay. Oh, right. Just kick the wall down. So yeah, completely different game. Completely different game from the first one. Now, did you enjoy Fist 2? Whatever version you played. Like I said, I found it a bit sort of turgid, really, when I sort of played the Spectrum version. Right, am I doing the right thing here? Oh, someone else to fight. Well, they seem a bit more... Is it me, or are the animations sort of slightly slower than the first game? I'm absolutely hopeless at this, aren't I? Now, I'm going to die soon, and it's going to send me all the way back to the start, is it? Oh, blimey. Right, I don't think I can go through that again. Let's have a quick look at IK+. Everyone knows IK+, don't they? So this will come as no surprise. Now, fighting games, what other ones are you aware of that you liked or that you hated? I really like the way this loading screen sort of blends in and then sort of disappears. Just like that. Now, like I've said, I think... oh, yeah, I forgot about that bit. I sort of hope you're not watching this with earphones in, because your brain is melting now. This is just so much fun. It's great. Now, what was the first international karate game like? I've never played it. I've seen it, but it doesn't look particularly inspired. When I say I've seen it, I've mostly the Spectrum sort of version, as you can sort of imagine from my sort of... Come on! Oh! I won! And it's just so fast and frantic. Now, I believe you can play it with 3 players. Did any of you ever play it with 3 players? I can imagine that was great fun. Oh, I've got both of you. Have that, sunshine. Oh. Now, is this the ball round? Now, one of the great things about IK Plus, of course, is the animated backgrounds, and it can be quite distracting when you see the little worm and the fish sort of dancing away like that. It sort of takes your eyes off what you should be looking at, really. Oh. Ah! Oh, bollocks. Right, so I'm on yellow belt now. I wonder if the... What's the bleeding thing to get them to make their trousers fall down? Ah, never mind. Oh, of course you can do headbutts and double split kicks and stuff in IK Plus. All good fun. Oh! 3 men having a friendly wrestle. What could be wrong with that? And again, this has got great music, although I do prefer the Exploding Fists music. Let's just get over that. Oh! He's had me in the chops. And again. Bloody hell. Oh, I'm out! Oh, no, I'm not. Ah! Oh! Have it. Oh! Right in the back of the head. That's not cricket. Oh, red's one. Oh, I'm in. All right, let's see how well I do this time. Ah, oh. Ha ha ha. Oh, that was supposed to be a quick video, but as you can see, it's gone on for nearly 20 minutes. Now, I'm just going to let this sort of play out now. And the purpose of it is, again, you know, it's just to sort of... I've hung these off of the fact that this was going to be a video about, you know, the first sort of game I ever saw on the Commodore 64 that made me a bit jealous of not having a Commodore 64. And it's kind of went on from there, looking at where the Exploding Fists sequel and IK Plus, what many people would believe to be the pinnacle of the genre, perhaps on the C64 and other systems. It's a crap video as ever. If you liked it for some strange reason, though, let me know. If you wish to subscribe, please do so. But if you do subscribe, as I always say, please, 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 take the time to join in with the conversation. That's what it's all about. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.